Welcome to Before the Bat, the Gotham podcast, your guide to the TV show Gotham and all things Batman. I am Phil, and unfortunately Kelly couldn't be with us today, but hey, Tyler's here.
Yeah, good enough. Can't take me, Phil, huh?
You're more than good enough.
Yeah. But alright, before we jump into Gotham, Phil, I just want to throw down that by the time we get to our next episode of Before the Bat, you and I will already had our legendary match on screen.
Oh, yeah. Batman v Superman is coming. By the time you hear this, it'll be only a few days away.
So, that's exciting.
Well, I'm sure our next episode will have a lot of Batman v Superman talk.
We'll be like, Gotham Schmotham.
Yeah, this happened, but did you see the movie?
I did pick up the first season of Gotham because it was on sale at Walmart for $14.
Mm-hmm.
And it came with $8 for Batman v Superman cash. So I was like,
nice.
I'm already gonna spend this money, so that's like getting the series for like $7.
That's all right. Last night Daniel was like, "What do you want for your birthday?" I said, "Take me to see Batman v Superman."
You're like, "Go with me, love me."
Well, no,
enjoy it.
I'm like, "You want to pay for my ticket, dude?"
I'm so pumped. I am so ready for this. I was listening to your show. I'm like, I can't believe it's been 3 years. Like, Janine and I, we're working on compiling a Man of Steel review for Krypton Report.
Mm-hmm.
Just because, viewing it before we see the sequel and just talking about it, because the show wasn't around when and we were watching all this time. Like, I can't believe, like, when I think about it, this movie was filmed like 2011. It was supposed to be out in December of 12, and they pushed it to summer of 13.
Mm-hmm.
And then they announced the sequel, summer of 13, as BVS. And I'm like, we've just been waiting so long, I feel like. But it's coming.
Yeah.
It is coming.
Oh, yeah.
So, all right, well, let's get into this, Phil.
All right. Gotham, what was this episode? A Ball of Mud and Madness.
Seems like it. I'll tell you what, first of all, I like this episode.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
I liked Bruce in this episode.
Well, I was going to say, it's Gotham, and we finally got like a Bruce-heavy episode, which is what it should be.
And it finally felt like Bruce when he went to visit, spoilers, Matches Malone.
What?
And he was showing like he had the opportunity to kill him and he didn't do it.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Batman doesn't kill.
And that's what I thought was awesome. Was it really, when you can, I really liked the scene where he's sitting there talking with Matches, and Matches makes the comment of, you just get tired of not getting caught.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, you know what? That's some serious stuff right there.
All right, let me ask your opinion. Do you think Matches was actually the killer of his parents? I mean, I guess he had some details, but I just thought Matches wanted to die.
Yeah, I don't think he was. It's too
too clean. It wraps it up too clean.
Yeah, and he's sitting there and he says, most of the details he was telling Bruce seems like it could have been, from the newspaper article.
Yeah, I mean, they were famous people. I mean, you could easily have, he could have, he said he didn't read the newspaper or watch the news, but he easily could have. So although, unless they play it like he is the killer, and now it's like, well, Bruce has to find out who hired him.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't want him to be. I like the idea that it's a mystery that he can't solve.
Yeah.
And I like the idea that it's just a random killer, that there was no like grand scheme to it. It just happened.
Yeah, they always go back and forth on that in the comics. First it was either Joe Chill, then it was just some random guy he never knew, and then it's Joe Chill, and then they always go back and forth.
So, I liked the way this episode, like, I felt bad for Alfred, though, I will admit.
Too much Cupcake.
Jeez, he's like, it's Cupcake. I was cracking up. I'm like, dude. I'm just like, he's like, I couldn't keep a straight face.
Yeah.
You know, trying to tell somebody.
Did you get the Easter egg with the gang?
The mutants?
Yes.
I was like, wait a minute, are they really referencing this? Is what I sat there and I was thinking, I was like, wait a minute. I'm like, that's cool if they are.
Yeah, for those who don't know, the Mutants was a street gang in the legendary Dark Knight Returns story. That's what I said in the live tweet. I was just waiting for Alfred to pull some of those old Bruce Wayne lines, like, I'm a surgeon. This is an operating table, and I'm a surgeon.
That would be funny. I was like, come on, I want to see Alfred fight. And like all of a sudden he starts, I'm like, yeah, all right, Alfred. Then he's just getting whipped. And I'm like, poor Alfred. And then Bruce is like, Uncle, or what's he say? Yeah, he says Uncle, doesn't he?
Yeah, I think. Yeah.
And Alfred's like, no, Master Bruce. Watch this. And I'm just like, yeah, good. Show him what's up, Alfred. Because it's about time that he learns. No, I like the street fight. I thought that was cool, but I still feel bad for Alfred because he's always like, well, I guess I'll be doing this.
Well, that's what Harvey said later when Alfred was in the hospital. He's like, for a butler, you sure get beat up a lot.
I buttle, sir, and I kick butt. He's like, should be bodyguard.
No.
I thought the ending was really cool, though. Just Bruce's letter, like, I'm going to live on the streets. Don't come find me.
So is that the way they're going to do it here? He's not going to train overseas or anything? He's going to, like, train with... Well, first he trains with Alfred, and he's on the streets with Selena.
I'm kind of just interested about him just getting some streetwise kind of, how things go.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm just letting it kind of ride out here because I really like the idea of him leaving and then coming back. So we'll see how they play it out.
I just wonder how long he'll be on the street.
Probably they're like, now season 6, I'm back, Alfred. Alfred's like, who are you? I had you proclaimed dead.
Oh, jeez.
I now have the entire Wayne fortune. It's mine. The show's now called Pennyworth. That would be funny. Welcome to Pennyworth.
But what did you think of Jeri?
That was all right. Like, she was. It took me a couple minutes to realize where I seen her from. I was like, I know her. She was on Tank Girl.
Yeah.
And I was like, I know her from somewhere. And I sat there and I'm like, where do I know her? Where do I know her? Where do I know her? And then eventually I was like, oh yeah. But I knew, like, I'm tired of like them trying to tease, like, look who's coming. Maybe this is the Joker.
Well, I think everyone wanted the Joker, and I think they're trying to satisfy everyone with, like, the Joker. There is no Joker yet. It's just a like a viral thought that infects people.
Yeah, it's a what they say. It's like a play. It's like an idea.
And one day, when Bruce's orders, it's going to infect some guy, and he's going to run with it and become the Joker we know.
And I'm cool with that. Mm-hmm. I think it's a neat. I think it's a really neat idea. Like I told you before, I think it'd been cool if they would have done something like with the Jokers as a gang or something.
But yeah, I love Jeri's scene with Gordon at the precinct. I loved her delivery. She's like, yeah, you're angry, aren't you? She's like, you're famous. Everyone knows about you and your anger.
What are you talking about? I'm Dr. Gordon.
I know. I was thinking about that when he started talking. I'm like, wait, Tyler's right. He's doing the voice.
I told you. Me and Geneva, we were discussing the other night, like just like the Batman voice and stuff, because we were talking. We started running polls on Krypton Report of like every version of Batman versus every version of Superman. Mm-hmm. We were talking about the voice, and I was like, well, yeah. I'm like, Christian Bale had the. Because Geneva was like, where's the trigger? Like, just yelling it, and we were laughing. and I was like, man, he had a great voice in Batman Begins. And then all of a sudden, he got the other Batman voice. I'm like, but Jim Gordon's kind of in the middle. She just started cracking up. I'm like, I guess every time we watch Gotham, I'm just like, he's going to be like, well, I'm not wearing hockey pads.
Yeah, that was, I did notice that the other day Batman Begins was on TV, and I was like, man, that voice is different from the other two movies.
I think because part of it, they were originally supposed to do something like post, and they were supposed to talk about, like, he was supposed to have, like, speakers or something, like, on his costume that, like, worked with the voice, so they changed it, and I'm like, okay, but you know what? I understand the idea of wanting to lower your voice, but when you're saying more than one word, especially if you watch, I can't remember in Dark Knight, but Dark Knight Rises, when he talks, like, he can't close his mouth or breathe through his nose, so everything's very, like, he can't, like, go back when he's like, not everything, not yet. But anyways, yeah, Jim Gordon does that. He does the voice. It's kind of weird that Jim Gordon's now kind of like the cop with issues, and Harvey Bullock's like the clean guy.
I know. Harvey's like super cop all of a sudden.
He's just hanging out in the background. No, they've completely got rid of Montoya and Allen.
Oh yeah, they're gone. They haven't showed up at all this season.
They just completely disappeared from being known to exist, and I'm just like, man, like, okay, I'm just kind of like, I'll go with it.
I said they need a mask.
Kind of how I feel.
They need to bring Montoya in is the question.
That'd be cool.
Give us our masked vigilante.
Vigilante.
I love that scene when Bruce gets away from Jim at the club, and Gordon basically has to like punch his way out.
Just Bruce gets everybody in trouble.
Oh, I know.
Like Jim, Alfred, they're all like, Bruce. He's like, I'm over here. Like, where are you going? What are you doing? Taking care of business.
All right, but I have a question for you.
It was, yeah, go for it.
Do you like ice cream?
I do like ice cream.
No. Would you kill for it?
No. Jania might, but I wouldn't. I'll ask her in a minute about Jania. Would you kill for ice cream? She'd probably be like, yes.
I just love that Hugo called it the ice cream test at the beginning of the episode.
Yeah, we hadn't even touched on Hugo. And then I like, it's working on Penguin. He's like, you're free. He's like, but I don't want to leave. He's like, you're a sane man now.
Yeah, but do you think
he got his little certificate?
Well, I was thinking, like, is he free and clear, or are they going to try to press charges now that he's sane for killing Theo?
Well, when Theo pops back alive later, we won't have to worry about that.
Yeah.
They'll be like, hey, I told you he wasn't dead. But it is kind of weird. Like, it'd be kind of neat if they do something for a little while with Oswald being, like, quote unquote cured. But he's just normal, and then all of a sudden something happens and he snaps back into Penguin. But yeah, the ice cream test, and then the scene where he's like, I can cut you free.
Do you think
the guy's like, okay.
Do you think he's cured, or do you think he's faking it so he can get out?
At first I thought he was faking it. But I'm like, I don't know now, because I feel like he's just jacked up now thanks to Hugo. Super Hugo Strange. I like Hugo Strange. He's such an interesting character.
Oh, I know. He's one of the best villains they've had so far. One of the best masterminds.
Because he doesn't have to, like, stay... Like, you know, he's not in a box like some of the other villains are. He was always a villain that was always older than Batman.
Oh, I know. He's going to be pretty old.
So,
but did you see the previews for next week?
No, I didn't.
Oh, we're getting Oswald's father next week.
Finally.
Yeah, I know.
It's amazing. Like, I guess You know what's weird is like I think about stuff like living in our social media kind of driven society that we have. We get so much information early.
Yeah.
You know, we knew about his casting. We've seen the pictures of them filming with Paul Rubens. And just like we were talking about BVS, it feels like this movie should have already come out by now because they announced it in 2013 that, you know, at Comic-Con. Then that fall, Affleck was cast. And then we've just seen, I mean, it was in 2014 where we saw the first picture of him in the bat suit. And it just seems like the way the machine is done now is like we get so much early that by the time it actually comes out, it's like, really, that much time has passed? I mean, it's just crazy. I mean, like, so, I mean, it's like, I wonder how much they've already had filmed because we know they're still filming because they just cast last night. I saw they're going to have Basil Karlo.
Yes.
So, I told you, that's the one I wanted.
Oh, yeah.
Also, I think, you know who'd be a good villain to bring on? Arnold Wesker.
Oh, I know, Scarface. The ventriloquist from Scarface.
He's so creepy and cool. Just because you could do him like a young Arnold Wesker.
And you wouldn't need like a lot of special effects. All you need is like a ventriloquist.
Exactly, and a guy who can be crazy. Dumb. Not even a. I wonder. Okay, so this is me thinking outside the box. Hugo was working on freezing for some reason. Okay, we don't really know why. We see that he has some bodies in his basement. What if Hugo was recruited by the Court of Owls, and he needs freeze this thing to help with their talents?
I wish that's what it would be, but I bet you it's probably just something like he needs a better way to keep those bodies or something. I don't know.
All I know is I want to see a scene where we have some character sitting at a desk. It's the mayor. It's somebody. At the end of the series, a season, and a Talon just steps out and kills him, and that's it. Don't even need more than that. Like the Talon comes, but we're gonna get some Azrael version of, you know, with the whole Saint Dumas thing, which is cool. It's cool. You know, it's gonna be Galavan. Maybe Galavan gets taken down by a Talon. That'd be dope. I'm just throwing more stuff out here, Gotham writers. I'm just telling you.
No.
Jim Gordon and Michael Chiklis are about to have a huge, fight soon. It
looks like that might be the other thing next episode because I think, I think Harvey or somebody says, Jim's now I don't know if Oswald says something because I guess Jim's like a suspect now again in Galavan's murder and Barnes is like in Jim's face. So
can they really believe Cobblepot?
He's sane now.
Yeah. But yeah, and then Galavan just comes walking in like, "Hello, everybody."
Oh, Jim gets the trowel, and then all of a sudden Theo just walks in
and just starts killing everybody with his sword of fire. And they're just looking at him like, "What the?" But you know who we haven't touched on? Our good friend Mr. Nigma.
Oh, I know. It's like, okay, so Kristen Kringle, yeah, sure, she didn't cash any of her last paychecks. Okay.
Now, let me ask you this. Do you think Kringle was full-time or part-time?
What, employee?
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, she seemed to be there a lot. Do you think she was full-time?
Well, I'm sitting here and I'm thinking, I looked at her paycheck. She made $555.17.
Yes, but it's Gotham. What era did this show take place in?
Exactly. I was like, Which is kind of like, I like numbers and dates I hate in movies because it really like holds a placeholder. You know, like,
or two, what if that was her last paycheck and
it was only for like a week?
Yeah, it wasn't like a full 2 weeks.
True, but I just think it's interesting how, you know, Jim's like, I want to help out and find out what's going on with Kristen, and like he's busy and Ed's just twisting it in his mind. And then at the end, he wrote the question mark. And I was like, he's becoming the Riddler.
Yeah, I wonder if we're going to see a full Riddler here, either this season or next season.
I would say if they were smart, they'd go to next season.
Mm-hmm.
Just kind of let this kind of keep riding. They got with the Gallivant stuff and Hugo. They got some things working. They can plant some seeds for Ed to keep developing.
Oh, but they so missed out this week. I mean, it was St. Patrick's Day this week. He could have wore some green.
They could have done something like a tease where he wears like an outfit that later he would make into his Riddler outfit or something.
Yeah, just wear some green and purple or something.
You know, he just comes in a nice like green jacket and a hat and everything, and I don't know, something like that would have been cool. Like, and they're like, "What are you doing, Ed?" And he's like, "It's St. Patrick's Day," and they're like, "Yeah, not the GCPD."
No.
That I don't know, just something like that would be cool.
St. Patrick's Day, and he goes in history of St. Patrick's Day.
That could have been the villain, St. Patrick, just like a new random Batman villain. Just some guy. I'm St. Patrick, fighting the snakes of the Gotham, taking out the corrupt. Call me, DC. We'll talk. I got a new villain for your Batman 66 comic.
Oh, I think Lilith was telling me, I don't know if they canceled that or because I think there's a miniseries, Batman 66 meets the Man from U.N.C.L.E. I don't know if it's over now, but she's like, that was the only one they had at the time. So
Yeah, I saw that on the shelf.
Mm-hmm.
I was at the shop yesterday. I picked up a couple of things I'm curious about. I picked up the new Neil Adams Superman book.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see how that goes. Some short boxes. But I'm curious, like with Gotham, I think it's interesting because you can never quite pinpoint where you think it's going to go.
Mm-hmm.
Because like we didn't even get much Lee in this episode at all.
Oh, yeah.
Was she even in this episode?
Yeah, she showed up at the remember, she's the one who showed up in the beginning and told him about Kristen Kringle, and that was it.
Yeah, exactly. And I had one quick thought, but then I remembered how Ed got rid of the body. What if Hugo had her in his lab, frozen, pieced back together?
Well, he buried her in the woods, didn't he?
Yeah. So I was like, that'd be kind of trippy though if he just pulled him out, like Kristen Kringle comes back like the Bride of Frankenstein or Sally from Nightmare Before Christmas.
Hugo brings her back.
And then she just shows up to the Gotham PD, and everybody's like, Kristen? She's like, just psycho.
Oh, Ed would be peeing his pants.
It's like, Miss Kringle. Miss Kringle. I like Ed. The two villains that I really liked from Batman that I felt needed a new reboot was Penguin and Riddler. And I really feel like we're getting that because just like with Jim Carrey as Riddler, he was basically doing Frank Gorshin style Riddler instead of trying to come up with something new.
Yeah, because some people think of them as a joke, and now we're showing how dangerous they are.
So we're getting that kind of a Riddler. Next thing you know, he'll be growing the sideburns.
Yeah, but maybe we're not going to see a lot of Lee in the next couple episodes just because she was pregnant.
Yeah,
I don't know, but yeah, they have, I guess they have ways they shoot around that. Like do you watch Walking Dead?
Yeah.
Like a couple episodes back when Tara and her girlfriend are in the kitchen and like they have like a plate in front of her.
It's all about like Jenny and I know. I pointed out a shot to her. I think it was in last week's episode where they have her dressed in black and positioned.
Oh yeah.
And then like a loose jacket-esque thing. But also, I mean, they wrote it into the story that she's pregnant too, so that helps a lot.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, why are they like shooting Lee from like all these angles and putting her in big coats when like we know she's pregnant?
So it'd be different if they were like, oh, she's pregnant, but the character's not. Okay, it's actually not Jim's baby; it's Alfred's.
Oh. Oh.
That's what drives Jim over the edge. That's when he just starts going crazy, like, oh, I'm Jim Gordon. Do you think they'll name the baby Barbara or James Jr.? I'm almost kind of leaning towards James Jr.
I mean, I could understand James Jr., but it's like, okay, so if the girl you're gonna name it after your psychotic ex-girlfriend, okay.
Exactly. Like I said, unless they did something where Barbara comes back and saves Lee or something and sacrifices herself. And then they're like, oh, Barbara was still good. Let's honor her.
Yeah, but they're gonna do a lot there. I mean, she's still drooling into her pillow.
She just wakes up. It's going to be one of those things. Like, she just pops awake during a raid on Arkham or something. Something's going to happen.
Watch, maybe it'll be season finale. She'll wake up or something.
It'd be sweet if it was like, I'll tell you, like I think it was season 1 finale of Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., where Bill Paxton got up and was like turning into Deathlock, and Coulson just shot him with that gun from the Destroyer. He blew up. Something like that. Like, Barbara's like sitting up, and then Harvey Bullock's there, just puts a bullet in her head, like, done. But I like where this season is going, especially this second half a lot. Because the Galavan stuff after a while is just kind of pulling it down. But with Mr. Freeze was awesome.
See, I learned all this stuff. I swear I didn't know you watched Walking Dead or Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
I'm behind on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. just because my DC TV is taking over. There's too much.
Oh, well, I mean, a lot of good stuff coming up. Flash and Arrow return this week, and then next weekend, Batman v Superman, and then the Monday after that, the Flash Supergirl crossover.
Oh my gosh, I know. I'm calling it starting Tuesday at DC Week. Actually, it's starting Monday because I hate to be the bearer of bad news, Phil. I won't say anything, I promise to you. But Jenny and I got fan passes to go see BVS on Monday night.
Oh, you are going Monday night?
We're going to try to. We got a babysitter. If he doesn't back out on us for Solomon, we're going to try to.
Nice.
So, and we have tickets to go that weekend too. So,
so if I get a text Monday night, I'll understand when I say, "Oh my God, it's awesome."
I promise I won't send you anything. I won't say anything until after you see it, and we'll talk about it.
Okay.
So, but yeah, Monday night, boom, we're going to do that. Come home. I'll watch Supergirl, which that show just keeps getting better and better. And then Tuesday, back from Flash. Wednesday, Arrow. Thursday. You know what? I might hold off and watch Supergirl on Friday just so I can be like PVS.
I don't think I can wait on Supergirl.
I don't know. Because I'll wait till Friday to watch Gotham. That way I have like everything, like a whole week of DC. Just every night, something new to watch.
I usually live tweet Gotham on Monday and then watch it on Friday night before I go to bed. But I'm thinking that week of the Flash Supergirl crossover, I might have to live tweet that. And
oh my gosh,
sorry Gotham.
Yeah, sorry Gotham, but this is a big event. That's the thing is, Gotham can't do any like event stuff with crossovers.
No, because they have it set in a weird time and too realistically. But I bet you Supergirl beats Gotham that day when they do the crossover.
Oh yeah, and the ratings. Because even my brother's gonna watch it because he loves Flash. It's amazing how many people will be like, "I love watching Flash. I don't like Arrow so much, but I love Flash."
That seems to be the favorite, and yeah, I bet you that's Supergirl's highest rated episode.
Oh yeah, I can't wait for Gotham. But you know what Gotham needs to do? The Gray Ghost.
Yeah.
They just need to have that on TV, or like some sort of like the Gray Ghost movie is coming. Meet the Gray Ghost. Something.
I love Gotham, but I mean, they just they should take that week off.
They're like, we'll be back next week.
Although I guess they want to capitalize on that Batman v Superman, the Monday after.
What are they going to do? Be like, here, you saw how Batman ended up as Affleck. See him as boy on the street.
Well, yeah, it's like, here's this awesome Batman movie, and here's Baby Batman, so.
Baby Batman. Which we're starting to see him form his identity that will become Batman.
Oh yeah, that was Batman in his head that kept Bruce from pulling that trigger.
Exactly, that's the other Bruce, as he called it in the previous episode. It'd been funny if he lowered his voice and was like, "I'm not going to shoot you." But I did think it was pretty crazy that Matches shot himself.
Oh, that's what I said. Matches wanted to die.
Bruce is like, "He's back there, Jim," and you hear it.
Yeah, but yeah, I love that. And just he sees the gun fall from his hand.
It's like great. But I don't think. I wonder if someone paid him to take the fall for the Waynes.
I know, but how much you got to pay the guy to kill himself?
I mean, funny if I was wondering if Bruce was like, "I'm gonna pay you to kill somebody," and he's like, "Who?" And he's like, "You
yourself." Yeah.
I was waiting to see if he would say that. Like, "I want you to kill yourself."
Jeez. But I don't know. So is Bruce going to use that alias now? But isn't that weird? Would you use the alias of the guy who killed your family?
Yeah, that's why I was kind of like, as old as Matches Malone was, I'm like, But I don't know. Maybe as we go down, we'll find out that Matches was bad, but he didn't kill the Waynes.
Maybe Bruce doesn't use the name till years later when everyone forgets it.
He's like, I need something catchy. Matches. Malone.
But did you catch it that where he said he got the name Matches? It wasn't because he has matches in his teeth. He was like, you light one guy on fire and they call you Matches.
Yeah. I'm like, that's not a fun way to go. Especially when he's like, it costs more for women, for kids.
But I won't kill babies.
Yeah, I was like, oh, that's good for you. You have some moral ground. You won't kill babies, but you'll kill everybody else.
He'll kill children, but not babies. So it's like, well, okay, where do you draw the line? Are you wearing a diaper? Okay, I can't kill you.
Yeah, where's the difference there? Oh, he just graduated to regular underwear. Oh, I guess he's on the menu.
Oh, he's in kindergarten.
I don't know. All I know is that Gotham, it's getting better.
Mm-hmm.
They're finding their stride, finally. And I just know that I might have to skip the episode of Fish Mooney comes back. I just don't want to deal with Fish Mooney.
Yeah, but what if they bring her back and kill her off?
Then I'll
permanently.
Watch it. Over and over and over.
Because I don't know if Jada Pinkett Smith's coming back permanently, so.
She's like, my husband's dead shot.
Mm-hmm.
So she's like, let me on this show.
Well, yeah, she thinks she was just in there to get her husband as Deadshot, and I'm sure they're probably trying to get their kid as Static Shock.
Welcome to the Static Shock web series. Animated web series.
Hey, you never know. That's how they started Vixen, and now she's done live action.
Yeah, Vixen was dope.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm saying. Gotham, poor Gotham. Like, what they need is to have an episode where Jim takes a bunch of hallucinogenic drugs and goes into like a coma, and he has a vision of the future, and we see Batman, Robin, and Nightwing.
So you can tell the future?
And he just wakes up like, what happened? And Jim's like, I think I saw the future.
That would be trippy.
Hey, at this point, I'll buy it. Or, somebody shows up like Zatara, and he just does something to Jim's mind.
That would be crazy.
It would be crazy, but it'd be neat. The ratings would shoot through the roof.
Or a young Zatanna.
I'm telling you, that's what I want to see. I want to see young Zatanna and Bruce just be like, whoa. And Kat gets jealous again.
Of course. Alright, did we talk this one out?
I think we did.
Yeah.
We hit all of our major characters. We got Ed, Penguin, Hugo, Jim, the reluctant sidekick of Bullock.
Yeah, but it was mostly a Bruce episode.
Yes. And Alfred fighting the Cupcake.
Cupcake. Alright then. Alright everyone, you've heard what we think. Share your thoughts with us. Especially you, Jack Shanahan. Send us your emails beforethebat@gmail.com. Facebook, we're Before the Bat, the Gotham Podcast. Twitter is @BeforeTheBatPod, where you can usually find me live tweeting every Monday when Gotham's new. Although I said, I don't know if that Flash and Supergirl crossover, I might have to skip that week. Our Instagram, we share with Flash Arrow Power Hour, is before the bat _Flash Arrow Pod. And Tyler, where can people find you?
You can find me on social media at JTY Patrick. On Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, also at Krypton Report, where me and my lovely wife bring you Supergirl and everything super and Kryptonian as we broadcast live from the Pat Cave. That's right. We've initially named, I wanted the Fortress, but we decided to call it the Pat Cave because our last name is Patrick. So.
I thought you said the Tat Cave.
Nope, the Pat Cave. It's a work in progress.
I like it. But if you want to talk anything DC or Marvel with me, you can email me, nightwingpdp@gmail.com. On Twitter, I'm at nightwingpdp. The Instagram is nightwingpdp. Periscope is nightwingpdp. There's a pattern here, people.
Yeah, there's a pattern. It's smart. If you see Nightwing PDP, it's Phil.
That's right. But yeah, like we have this show. I'm on Flash Arrow Power Hour with Tyler and He Who Will Not Be Named. I do World's Finest, the DC Comics review with Lilith, and me and Lilith also do Newcastle Crew about Constantine. But I also do 2 Marvel podcasts, All New Marvel Roundup and Super Connectivity with the brilliant Mr. Charlie Esser.
Phil's everywhere.
Ugh, feels like it.
Phil's a podcasting machine.
I need more time in the day.
Yeah. So hit us up. Let us know what's going on, what your thoughts are. We appreciate it. Talk with us. We appreciate it. We get lonely. So.
And if you go to see Batman v Superman, send us your thoughts on that also.
Yes, please. That would be a great episode of us just getting to discuss fan reaction because I think it's going to be very interesting.
Yeah. Well, we have a roundtable coming too with you, me, Lilith, and Charlie. So, but we'll discuss it here also.
Oh yeah, because we got to discuss it with Kelly. She's like, I haven't seen it yet. We'll be like, Kelly, go. We're done with this podcast. Go watch it. And then come back.
I know.
I'm like, you haven't seen it yet? Phil and I have seen it both 4 times. It's only been out for 3 days.
All right. All right. Anything else?
Nope. Let's keep on rocking in the free world.
Keep on rocking. All right, everyone. All right, come back next week. Like I said, Oswald's father's coming.
The Penguin has a daddy.
And I was gonna say, I thought I was gonna see Batman v Superman before we record next, but probably not. You will, but not me.
We'll see.
All right, everyone.
We might have to just, wait to record before the bat till after you see it. Just skip work and go.
Yeah.
All right, man. I'll talk with you later.
All right. Hey, you want to say it? Same bat time, same bat channel?
Same bat time, same bat channel.
The Gotham podcast.